Configure items to control the application or quantity required in an assembly. List, checkbox, and configuration variable inputs are available for configuring items. This throttle body is available as a whole or replacement unit, along with several sealing styles: O-ring, gasket, or RTV gasket maker. Items are added into the assembly with the following references and quantity. Anti-seize is added to the two main bolts on the throttle body with a quantity of 1. RTV is added without a reference and a quantity of 1. Loctite is added to the 4 mounting bolts of the trumpet with a quantity of 1. Foam inserts are added to the body and trumpets with a quantity of 4 and 2 respectively. The foam is packaging material and quantities change based on unit type selected. When the unit is sold as a replacement body, no Loctite is required. Right-clicking on Loctite displays an option to configure suppression with throttle body replacement. Unchecking the corresponding checkbox suppresses Loctite when throttle body replacement is checked on. RTV is not required with the O-ring and gasket configurations. Right-clicking on RTV displays an option to configure suppression with seal type. Unchecking the checkboxes for O-ring and gasket suppresses the RTV item when either configuration is selected. When sold as an entire unit, 2 small and 2 large inserts are required. When sold as a replacement, 4 small inserts are required. Editing the small foam insert item, then right-clicking on quantity displays a menu to configure with throttle body replacement. The previous steps are repeated for the large foam insert. The quantity of each insert is updated in the throttle body replacement checkbox input. A configuration variable can be used to control quantities. A configuration variable is created with integers selected as the type. The variable is named Loctite quantity and contains the following parameters: default value of 1, minimum value of 1, and a maximum value of 2. Editing the Loctite item and right-clicking on quantity displays a menu and set to Loctite quantity is selected. The quantity of Loctite is changed using the configuration selector. When changed, the bill of material quantity updates. A list input can control which objects an item is applied to. The list input is created and named anti-seize. 2 configurations are created: entire unit and bolts only. Entire unit removes all references for this item. Bolts only maintains the references to the 2 previously selected bolts. Editing the anti-seize item and right-clicking inside the references box displays a menu to configure with anti-seize. Once selected and accepted, the references are controlled by the list input. Within the anti-seize configuration table, inside the row Entire Unit, double-clicking on the cell 2 selections opens the anti-seize item. Removing the references and accepting the dialog updates the configuration. Changing configurations from entire unit and bolts only updates the reference of this item. As configurations are changed using the configuration selector, the items, bill of materials, and assembly update accordingly.